Mika Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Tuesday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios in beautiful New Jersey and Scotty's palatial estates in beautiful Beverly Hills, California. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network as the Devils storm surge blows away those Carolina Hurricanes.
All right. Yeah, what a game by these New Jersey Devils. Whoa, Zach Addison over here is not all about the phantom drop passes, but will now have will just not quit. Hey, Zach Addison hitting us up with the old super chat.
Don't forget his other super chat. We did it. Took down the Canes. What a game for Vitek and Mercer. Celebratory adult beverages happening now. Thank you,
That's right.
Zach Addison.
And Steven, Liquid Metals channel number 40. Just so you're aware.
You should have asked
What a
me,
game.
Steve Engel.
Yeah,
I'm an
biggest
avid
fan over
listener.
there, Sam Wu. He listens every single week. He never misses a show over there.
It's raining money.
Oh, Dave Singer, not to be undone over there with the Dawson Mercer victory bucks. Woo! Man,
wow,
what a game for these Devils. Had some lowlights, but definitely some highlights going on over here. Let's get to it and talk about it on the road. The Road Warriors, Legion of Doom style. Oh, what a rush. The Devils come through again. Vitek Vanecek in goal. By the way, happy belated birthday to Mr. Vitek. It was his birthday yesterday. I think he turned, was it 26 or 27? I think he turned 27. So happy birthday to you. Game number 41. We're at the halfway point of this season. Fabian Zerlin found himself back in the lineup. Alexander Holtz out for today. And it started out like the Devils were using their speed pretty well. Miles Wood got a nice opportunity on a 2-on-1. Jack Hughes hit the post off of a rebound on a power play. But the Canes did get the advantage in the first period. How, Samu? One of the blemishes, a short-handed goal. And this actually happened off of a face-off, and it was in our defensive zone, and it kind of looked like sort of a set play that maybe had some puck luck involved as well. I can't remember. Who was it? Nekus, that, or however the hell you pronounce his last name, had the face-off. And puck goes a little bit behind Nico, I believe, which leads to kind of just a one-on-one there with the goaltender. However, Nekus drops the puck back to Kotenemi. Oh, man, Kotenemi.
Who cares?
Enemi, that's what it is. Kotenemi. Back there for a nice little something we've seen Miles Wood and Mikey McLeod actually do a couple times on those face-offs there in the offensive zone. Fortunately for the Devils, this was on their power play, so yes, it's a shorthanded goal against as Kotenemi, oh man, whatever, just kind of moved to his left a little bit, was able to use the rest of the players on the ice there as a screen, and gets it by Vanecek. 1-0 Carolina, and then very late in the period, which is good to see. Again, this team responding late in the period instead of giving up those goals. Jonas Siegenthaler from the friggin' impossible angle over there. I didn't even realize. I mean, it kind of looked like it went in at first, and then you're like, wait a minute. Was that stopped? Was that saved? Is that in the equipment? Like, where is it at? Jonas Siegenthaler literally shooting it from the goal line, way off. Bounces and gets stuck on the goaltender's pads over there. And it does, what's his name, fell back into the net a little bit. And after review, yes, an official's review that went the Devils' way, the correct way, Siegenthaler gets his second of the season, coming from Dougie Hamilton, his 26th assist on the season, and Nico Hischier, his 21st. There's 2/3 of Triple H right there coming through on the assist side over there for Siegenthaler, his second at 17:06 of the first period, tied up 1-1. And to be quite honest with you, Carolina Hurricanes dominated a good portion of this game, including the first period and definitely the second period until about the last minute or so. But we go into the second, and I'm trying to scroll up on my notepad over here. I'm sitting here going like this, wondering why my notepad isn't going up. Oh boy, one of those days. But Pacioretty got a lucky goal, his third of the season, at 8:50 of the second period to put the Canes up 2-0. A little backhand kind of chip shot towards the net, and Yegor Sharangovich was playing his man there. I can't remember who was right in front of the net, but Sharangovich was playing his man, and it actually deflects off of Sharangovich's arm, chest area, and poof, right in the net for the Carolina Hurricanes. And then, oh man, another shorthanded goal, this time by Sebastian Aho, his 13th at 17:34 of the second. So, I mean, the Canes really dominated through that second period. They were getting opportunity after opportunity. They were keeping the Devils in their zone. Carolina had the puck possession going for them, and Vitek Vanecek made a number of stellar saves there to keep the team in the game and keeping this, at the score it was. And then the man who's always looking for Nico Hischier or Jack Hughes to buy him a beer. Hey guys, if I score a goal tonight, you think you'd buy me some beer? I could really use some beer. Some beer would be nice right about now. Maybe if I score 2, we'll see. Hopefully, not any of that light shit. Ooh, I said, oops, sorry. My bad. Sorry about that, Sam Wu. You could dock me some woo bucks for my language. But Dawson Mercer, what a move by the man with that waft of hair. Woo! Right after that shorthanded goal. At 19:08 of the second period, the Devils striking at the end of a period, which we love to see from the boys. It was happening so much in the month of November, and it stopped, and now we're starting to see these sights again. But Dawson Mercer, what a hell of a goal here! Gets the home run pass from Damon Severson. That's right, Sam Wu's best friend, Damon Severson, and Ryan Graves. I'm going up the rails on a gravy train. Now I'm losing Woo Bucks. Sam's going to dock me for singing over there.
5 Woo Bucks.
5 Woo Bucks gone. 5 Woo Bucks docked from the paycheck, Scotty. But Damon Severson hits Dawson Mercer with the home run pass, and then Dawson, does a little stick work. Makes a little move here to get kind of by the defense, and he kind of makes it seem like he's going to go for a wraparound, stops, and comes back in front of the net to surprise the goaltender and put a backhand through the 5-hole to get the Devils back to 3-2 in this game. And you're thinking, okay. I like what I'm seeing there. Bad period. But the Devils kind of retake the momentum a little bit by having this highlight reel goal by one of their young, up-and-coming studs, dare I say, a future superstar in the making, Dawson Mercer. Okay, feeling pretty good about that. And then, 18 seconds later, at 19:26, Jesper Boquist goes, I said that right, not Jesper Bratt, Jesper Boquist. Number 70, went and pretty much did the exact same move that Dawson Mercer did, just on the other side of the net. He didn't go around. He started coming from the side and working his way across, and then slid that backhand right through the 5-hole. 2 beautiful goals within 18 seconds of each other, right at the end of the period. That's at 19:26, and Mercer got the assist on that one as well, along with Mikey McLeod. That's Boquist, his 4th. By the way, that was Mercer, his 9th, from Severson is 7th, Graves is 9th, and then Boquist, 18 seconds later, his 4th from Mercer, his 15th assist, and Mikey McLeod getting his 13th assist on the season. 2 backhands like that, both from each side, which was just incredible. Great moves by both young Devils to get it by the goaltender and to get it tied up 3-3. Now we move into the third period. And oops, what is this over here? And now we move into the third period, and we're going to see what happens with these Devils. Can they make something happen in the third period? And boy, do they ever. Boy, do they ever. And it's once again Dawson Mercer with the nice pass up the middle, gets the kind of split the defense and then kick the puck to his stick. Woo, baby! What an incredible move. Just receiving it, then kicking, then right to the stick. I mean, it was just, if you missed it, trust me, it'll be on NHL tonight. On the fly, not NHL tonight. Or no, wait, they do that on, or no, what do they call it now on ESPN? In the Crease or something like that. It'll be on the fly with our girl LG. Sorry, I got a bunch of things just popping up on my screen here.
Oh, it's okay. Do you want me to take over? Do you want me to go solo?
No, I got it. I apologize, everybody. Just had some things going on there that needed to get centered real quick. We're good. We're good. Dawson Mercer does a nice split the defense, get the pass, kick it to myself. What's he, Messi over there in the World Cup? Right to his stick, and he goes straight to the net and crashes in hard, putting the forehand home for his 10th goal of the season. And would you look at this? Who gets the assist? Jesper Boquist, not Jesper Bratt, Jesper Boquist. His second assist of the year, 2-point game for Boquist. Mikey McLeod also gets the assist. Hello, secondary scoring. You have finally showed up. Thank you so much, because this is one of the rare games that the superstar himself, Jack Hughes, was not on the score sheet. So Mercer gets his 10th, putting the Devils up 4-3. And then we know that the Canes try to put on some pressure all the way through the period. It doesn't work for them. It ends with the captain, my captain, Nico Hischier, putting his 19th of the season home, coming from Tatar, who had a strong game as well, and Eric Halla. Halla, his 17th assist right there at 19:04 of the third period. The Devils, I don't know if you caught this stat or not at the end of the game, the Devils lead the league in multi-goal comebacks on the season. That's their fifth multi-goal comeback. Don't forget, they were down 3-1 in the second period. Devils come back to win 5-3. 3 stars of the game. Dawson Mercer gets your first. Aho gets your second. McLeod gets the third. Shots on goal for the Devils, 7-8-7 for a total of 22. No raining pucks tonight. For the Canes, and you see the dominance here, 14-10, and then only 4 in the third period. Devils tightened up. I would say they tightened up with that defense as well. They played well in the third. I should take that back about Carolina just pushing. I mean, they were trying to, but the Devils were really handling that well. Carolina, only 4 shots in the third period when it mattered most for them, 28 total. Face-offs, Carolina had the advantage, 45% to 55%. Offers on the power play. We were 0 for 4, but we killed up. Well, never mind. 2 shorthanded goals, that's right. So we're like -2 on the power play, and we were 0 for 3 ourselves. Hits, we actually hit someone again. Thank you, Palat. 25-22, 28 block shots for the Devils. Love seeing that. Only 10 for the Carolina Hurricanes. We're not used to seeing that. Only 4 giveaways as well. Whew! What was that, like 2 games ago where they had like 20-some giveaways? Glad to see that number went down to like the low teens. I think the previous game was like 13, and now 4 for this game. playing against the Carolina Hurricanes team, who we know first place in the Metro. The Devils jump up, baby. They jump. Oh, no, wait, they don't. They stay. Oh, wait, they're not tied. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place tonight. They're 2 points behind, but they jump up. Did the Rangers win? I got to look at the score sheet because the Rangers were they were 2 points behind us. So we had a win to remain in second place, which we did. Big 4-point swing right here for the Devils against the Carolina Hurricanes. Clawing our way back. And what does this show me? The resilience of this team. Let's face it, they got dominated in that second period by the Carolina Hurricanes. The Canes were all over them. They were pitting them in. The Devils could not get possession of the puck. I don't know how many times the Devils iced it in the second period alone. Brendan Smith had a couple goofs there where he gave the puck away. There was some not so good play there in the second, but they survived it. Thank you, Vitek Vanecek. They survived it, and they were able to regroup and have some quick strikes at the end of the period and then take that third period home to the bank, baby. What a way to start out a 2-week road trip, getting a win over the first place Carolina Hurricanes. And I'll say it again, Sam Wu, 5 multi-goal game comebacks on the season.
No quit.
Holy Hanneman.
No quit.
Holy Hanneman. No quit in this team. And for everyone says, it's just Jack Hughes. It's just Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes, not on the score sheet tonight. A rare bagel for the big dog, right? He wasn't on one of the first. No, it was Hamilton Heischer. Right? Yep. Severson Graves, Mercer McLeod, Boquist McLeod, Tatar Halla. We don't see very many score sheets without 86 on it. But tonight we did. Tonight we won. Tonight we came back. Again. Comeback Kids. One of my favorite Canadian hardcore groups right over there. Old Comeback Kid. Wake the Dead. Go look that song up if you don't know it. It's a good one. But what a game for the Devils. To not play their best, but to be able to pull it out, that's a playoff caliber team right there. Want to hear what you think about it? YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch. And right now, we want to turn it over to my biggest fan in the world, the guy who never misses one of my radio shows ever. Ever. And the king of the football calls himself. Is there anyone else? Is there any football players on the Giants or Jets ever named Heischer? Or how about Hamilton? Do we have a Hamilton on the Giants?
Keith Hamilton back in the day.
Oh, back in the day. That's right. Yeah.
Keith Hamilton. Yeah.
We're going to have to get some we're going to have to figure out someone else that we can do these football calls for until Marino comes back. We're going to have to find another name that lines up. I don't know. Are there any Boquists? There's got to be a Mercer somewhere, right?
Maybe a Jones somewhere. Maybe
is there a Siegenthaler in the NFL anywhere? Give me a Siegenthaler in the NFL. Come on. But let's turn it over to the king of the football calls himself in a very stylish, old school, green, retro Devils. Ooh, I like that, Sam Wu.
Mitchell and S. I've had this for about 10 years.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I like the collar as well. I mean, it's one of those ones that it's not like you're trying to do the pop collar, but that's just how it's naturally, to protect that neck when it's cold. Back in the day, when you were coming out of the old boardwalk thing, the promenade, walking across the highway into the Continental Airlines Arena, or the Brendan Byrne, as I like to remember it as. Anyway, that's a stylish jacket for the Woo. Tell us what you think of this game, Sam Wu.
Well, before I begin, the social media is just out of control. Twitter, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Thank you for joining us. Just remember to subscribe to our YouTube page at Let's Go Devils, on Twitter at Let's Go Devils Pod, and on Facebook at Let's Go Devils Podcast.
Jonas, close enough. Thank you, Supernova.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe we'll do a football call. Scotty, this game, I had trouble getting ESPN Plus to work. Yeah, it was. I was fumbling it. I was mad. I was hungry, but I figured it out. And as soon as I figured it out, the Devils were down. But you keep watching because this team is really never out of it, even if they're down 3-0 or 3-1.
Right? Yeah. Quick strikes.
Yeah, and that's the difference between last season's New Jersey Devils and this season. Dougie Hamilton. Let's start off with the bad stuff. Dougie Hamilton. That shorthanded goal. Again, it's like, what are you doing, Dougie? Take the shooter. Take the shooter. Take the shooter.
Oh, the Aho one or the first one?
I think the Aho one.
The one off the face-off, or the Aho?
The one Aho. Aho, I'm thinking.
Aho. Okay. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
And then not too long later, then you have Damon Severson in the same situation. A 2-on-1. But guess what Severson did? He took I'm sorry, not take the shooter. The goalie takes the shooter, you take the guy trailing, and
right. Go down.
Yeah, and what happened, Carolina scored. About a few sequences later, same thing happened. Damon Severson takes the trailer, Vanecek got the shooter, everything went well. There, just Dougie Hamilton. Love the guy. Love the size. I'm glad he's with New Jersey, but he needs to straighten out his game because I would expect more from a $9 million player.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I would expect more. I understand he's got the points. I understand that he's a good player, a great player in the NHL, but like when I criticized Jack Hughes of being Mr. Turnover last season, Jack Hughes figured it out, and Jack Hughes
Ever
is
since
making
that
a lot.
Patty Game, Patty Kane moment there, where Patty Kane picked the puck from him, and walked in for the goal.
And I don't know if anybody noticed. I notice these little things. I go crazy over little things that you do right that nobody sees. With 2 minutes and 23 seconds left in the game, I think around that time, Jack Hughes with the puck after he got hit by Patches, and Hughes has the puck. Hughes has the puck in the neutral zone. He just dumps it in, change. Nothing too fancy, not overextending yourself. Smart play. A lot of smart plays in that third period. Boquist, Mercer, I would even say Palat went hard to the net. The Devils play so much better when they go straight to the net and they don't play the perimeter game and get too fancy. They went hard to the net. Kind of like Nathan Bastian when he would dominate that crease area where you couldn't stop him. But that's another way of beating your opponent, going hard to the net. So everything that oh my goodness, that comment.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Of course he does, Jack. I mean, of course he does. Oh my goodness, Jack Down. That's the first thing he puts on in the locker room. I'm sure the whole team listens to the old Devils After Dark program here.
I know. I know Lindy does. I know Lindy does.
Oh, Lindy, of course. Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
he saved all his insightful analysis.
That was the only way he could save his job is to listen to the Let's Go Devils podcast.
It's because we're sponsored by Gato and Chill. That's right.
Yeah. So let's look at the standings right now.
So you're calling out Dougie, just kind of like the same way you called out Jack last year, and I think everyone will probably agree.
You've got a responsibility as a $9 million player on the team that I'm not saying he sucks. I'm just saying he's got to straighten out his game because
he's got to straighten it up. Yeah.
You know, I don't know what the problem is, but it's not if it's a 2-on-1 and Vanecek, who is playing pretty well in my estimation, let Vanecek beat the shooter, and you take the trailer. I mean, it's that simple. It almost looked like he looked nervous and lethargic out there, which leads to these shorthanded goals to the point where I almost don't want him on the power play right now till he figures it out. Because Severson is playing very, very well. He's playing very, very well. And, you know, and that's Damon Severson. You know my feelings about him. But right now, I'm actually impressed with Severson at the moment.
Oh, someone on ESPN the other day called him Damon Severson.
Are you serious?
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he scored the game winner in OT. And here comes Damon Severson.
I'm going to start mispronouncing their names.
I was going to say, we got to call him EJ Hradek from now on until he gets Jesper Bratwurst. By the way, do you hear that? I'm not experiencing an earthquake.
Are you serious?
Do you hear that coming through?
No.
Oh, okay.
My
crazy neighbors are doing something upstairs. No, it stopped.
Oh, okay.
My like bathroom ceiling has been vibrating for the last 2 days. I don't know who just moved in upstairs. I first thought it was an earthquake because everything.
I think your camera's moving. I think your camera's
what?
moving. I think your camera's moving. No,
it shouldn't now, unless there's sound effects. No, it's not creaks, Max. It would be like almost sound like a motorcycle starting. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? I just talked to my other neighbor. He's like, yeah, I think that's our new neighbors upstairs. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, are the pipes about to burst? What the hell is going on? Well, either way, if you can't hear it, good. Sorry, it vibrates. And I was like, oh, that's probably coming through the old microphone. Look at that. Yeah. Oh my God. Actually, did I ever tell you the story of my first earthquake? You muted yourself, Sam. Oh boy. Are you back?
The earthquake was that bad. It took out my audio.
The earthquake was that bad. Oh my God. Yeah, no, don't worry, Brian. You're not the only one.
See, we can play tricks here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. All right, enough.
I'll tell you a quick story. The first time, my first earthquake in California, like my first real one, was the day that I got my electric drum kit. And it was like around 4th of July, maybe 5 years ago or 4 years ago, whatever it was. And I'm sitting here and I'm playing it and I'm starting to do like some double bass. And I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm getting my chops back. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm rocking. And I'm like, oh shit, the entire apartment is shaking. I'm like,
you can't say that word on air.
Oh, that's twice tonight.
Oh, the edits. Oh my goodness. It's okay. The Devils won.
The Devils won. It's okay. Yeah. It's happy. But yeah, I thought I was just being that good at the old double bass kicks there. And I wasn't rocking that much. It was actually that my apartment was with an earthquake. So it's always a funny story, I remember. Either way, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Oh,
you know what they care about?
Oh,
they care about the New Jersey Devils coming back and winning this game tonight.
Yeah. I had one more point to make, if you don't mind.
Special effect budget. That's right, Steve Tartas.
Yeah. Thanks to viewers like you in the Super Chat. We can do
Brat took on Shvechnikov one-on-one. Yeah, let's go for the F-bomb. I mean, if you talk to us normally, those are pretty common. Yeah. But we try to keep it clean on here. Try not to use too much of the naughty language.
Maybe during the podcast edits on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts that I should have a disclaimer. I'm not trying for the cheap pops. I should have a disclaimer.
Like in wrestling. Trying to be actually funny here and there. I know I failed tremendously.
Tell parents, put the earmuffs on your kids on the ride to school.
PBS for viewers like
viewers like you, we'll have Devils After Dark, explicit XL.
We should do like a real late night version one time and just like, just let loose.
Yeah,
like
we should.
1 in the morning. It'd only be like 9 o'clock for me, but I mean for you guys it'd be late over.
It would be kind. It would be kind of. Maybe we should have a like one of those pay gates or something like that. Something like that.
Hear us say all the naughty words.
Oh, so let me get back to my point here before we
you
start
had a
taking.
point, right? Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so I'm looking at the Metropolitan Division right now. Okay, Devils have played 41 games. They're at the halfway mark. Same
X-rated. How about R-rated there, John Sumner? I'm not going X-rated with Sam Wu, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry. That's not happening.
Yeah.
He's not my type.
It wouldn't be family entertainment at that point. And
don't get me wrong, Sam Wu's a sexy man. Mrs. Wu tells me all the time, but you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that to Mrs. Wu.
Yeah, Mrs. Wu, our statistician here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. All right, so let me get to my point here. So I'm looking at the Metropolitan Division. Carolina and New Jersey, both 41 points. Devils 2 points behind Carolina, but the Devils have 22 regulation wins to Carolina's 18, which really separating them are the shootout wins. Carolina has 3.
What's the games?
Devils have.
Don't we have game in hand?
No, it's tied at 41-41. Now.
It's 41-41 now? Okay.
But with the Rangers.
Oh, my goodness.
Special effects
budget.
Oh, wow. Maybe I could have a little reverb on my mic. Anyway, so you look at the Rangers.
Be the voice of God.
They have
with reverb.
42 games played. They just won in a shootout tonight over the Wild. They're at 53. I'll tell you what, and then you've got the Capitals at 52 points, but they played 43 games, and Pittsburgh trailing as well as the Islanders. I mean, this is a really tight race. This is a big game the Devils won because I don't know how the tiebreakers go, but yeah, I can see why you're laughing. But
now I'm just thinking of you in like the ravishing Rick Rude robe, you know, with that music playing in the background, like that saxophone that Rick Rude would come out to. No? You don't remember Ravishing Rick Rude?
No.
Oh, man. Sam Wu. Ay.
But
the
Road Warriors, the Road Warriors are back at it, again. So they're winning on the road. They're figuring out. And Vitek Vanecek, I think Shorts Guy texted 9-1-1 on the road for your Devils.
Nice.
9-1-1.
He's been solid, man. What a great pickup Vitek has been. I mean, this team has had their issues over the past couple of years. But, man, I almost just – that's right, Shaman Van Sickle. The old rude awakening there.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get the Rick Rude theme song for Sam Wu.
Yeah.
When he comes on every now and then.
Yeah, Felix is right. Felix is right. I had the TV taken away when I was a kid.
I had that too, I guess, yeah. But Vitek Vanecek, what a difference, a year makes with the goaltending. And, we think about so many games where, last year we would complain about the defense a lot, but we would also obviously harp on the goaltending. We went through, six or seven different goaltenders throughout the year. Kudos to Scott Wedgwood, by the way, who's still playing well out there for Dallas now.
Yeah.
But we went through so many different goaltenders. We even brought in the Hamburglar there at the end of the season.
That's how desperate.
Fitzy was just trying. He was just throwing a dart at the wall, being like, "Come on, baby!"
And
then like 5 or 6 good starts.
And then the press conference. This team deserves good goaltending.
Yeah, I mean, really, a lot of these games. You think about it, the way the Canes were dominating last year, this may not have been just a 3-1 game. This might have been one of those 5-1, 6-1 games already in the second period, that we had to sludge our way through there and be like, well, in the last 10 minutes, they showed some good life finally. And because they were out of it by 2 minutes into the second, I almost feel like with such a focus on, Jack Hughes, and deservedly so, and Nico's turnaround and Jesper, and Dougie Hamilton, I almost feel like Vitek Vanecek is a little bit like, kind of like a little unsung hero, Yeah. He's not like the super flashy name or something like that. He's not the one you're going to hear about, like, if the Olympics were coming up or something like that. But, man, what an absolutely solid season he is having so far. And he proved it last year in Washington that he could handle the load. But we've seen other goaltenders step into that situation and not be able to actually be that number one. They are better suited as that number two. But Vitek Vanecek has really jumped into this, a la maybe kind of like a Corey Schneider, who was behind Luongo for so long in Vancouver, and then he finally got his opportunity. Unfortunately, it was on some crappy Devil teams, but he got his opportunity, just to prove how damn good he was.
He made his money
as a starter.
He made his money.
What's that? He made his money.
Yeah, he made his money. We're probably still paying him.
Could have had McDavid, Corey.
I know.
McDavid that year.
But what? Who did we get? Holla in the end. Oh, I got to tell you a funny story. So my season ticket rep called me again today for a different issue. I didn't know why he called me yesterday, but he called me, and he's like, "Sam, do you remember the season ticket rewards points of about 3 or 4 years ago you signed up for to meet Martin Brodeur, and it was canceled because of COVID?" And I said, I don't.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, well, I don't really remember, but yeah, okay.
You said you were going to send me some sort of a one-on-one with Marty package. I believe that was the compensation you talked about.
So he said, well, since that was canceled, we got some alternate stuff. So he was listing the names of autographed hockey sticks that I could choose out of the bunch, right? There were some good names in there. And the last two, Damon Severson or Eric Holla.
No.
And do you know, which one did I pick? You want to guess?
Severson.
No, Holla.
You picked Holla?
I picked Holla.
I figured you would go with your, your arch nemesis, He's like the Joker to your Batman.
Right now he's playing well. I don't want to disturb him. I don't want
to, Okay, fair enough.
Maybe we'll have a giveaway for Eric Holla.
An Eric Holla giveaway. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe once I get that stick in my possession, maybe at American Whiskey, it'll also come with free chicken tenders and fries as well.
RME, Steve Tartas, and who else was on this? Supernova. Yeah. No, the Devils played well. I mistook. I had a couple different things happening here all at once there at the beginning of the show, so I got a little jumbled. But yeah, no, the Devils played well in the third period. And Steve, you're right. The Canes came out and they were stunned by those 2 goals. And that's those responses that we talked about. Those are those momentum-killing goals that the Devils were getting all through the month of November. As soon as the other team would have this little bit of light, boom, boom, quick strikes. At the end of the period, on the power play, and it went away through the month of December, but it's starting to pop its head back up again. Let's hope it was just this little down spell there for a while, and the boys have kind of found their even keel over here a little bit because they've been playing a lot better hockey.
Since the Boston
So
series.
I think 100% the Canes were stunned because the Canes are coming off that, 11 or 12 game win streak, much like us. And now all of a sudden they're starting to they look like they took one of those straight jabs to the nose and it popped their nose open.
They're calling for the goal light helmet, but it doesn't have a battery in it.
It doesn't have any batteries.
Also, Facebook Live has some comments, Scotty. Oh,
okay.
Let's see if I can put this on the headset.
Where is it? Okay. Dawson Mercer does have a lot of fun playing hockey. Mark Rader Hope we ain't no Oakland Raider. That's been a tough story this year.
Yeah.
But Dawson Mercer and that head of hair. I mean, I hope Jack and Nico buy him some beer for that. You know, Sam Wu.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you want to buy me some beer? I mean, I only scored the game-winning goal.
Hey, Jack! I did all the work today. I was hard working. Can you buy me a beer?
Ray Leo, shh. It's okay when we get away with a penalty. Because a lot of times we don't. We get goals called back on them. So,
This is a huge
and Matt Freudenberger as well. Same thing that we were just talking about. The Devils, in the second period, when they were getting dominated, and the Canes had so much of that puck possession, and they were just keeping them in the zone, the Devils didn't have a shot on goal for about 11 minutes, and then in the third period, it was the flip-flop where the Canes didn't get a shot for about 9. So, the Devils, man, they smacked them good, right in the face. Like that new face-smacking league thing that they got going on. The Devils wound up, and they got full palm right to the cheek of the Carolina Hurricanes, and they didn't know how to respond. They really didn't. I mean, you think about it. You scored two shorthanded goals in the first half of the game, or just after, halfway through the game. It's not looking good for the other team who got scored on. The Devils took that and flipped that around with that response, and all of that stuff that the Canes should have had as this momentum for them to be in charge of this game just poof, disappeared. Gone.
Well, that Siegenthaler goal and the replay in Toronto, I thought for sure they were going to call it no goal. I thought for sure that they would, but I may sound like a homer here, but I'm glad they used common sense when they looked at that replay, because that puck disappeared and there was nowhere else but the net. But you didn't know where the puck was. So I didn't know if that was non-conclusive, but I'm glad that they used a judgment call right there. Look, it's nowhere to be found on the camera angle. It has to be in the net. But did anybody see the puck actually over the line? You don't really see that.
I think when you go back, you may have missed it. I think you can kind of see it on the inside part. Like you can see the top of the puck. You can't but you are correct. You can't really see, but it's like it's way past. Like you can see that it's past.
Yeah.
So, but do they have a definitive look of it? Probably not. So yes, we can actually say
really there was a camera angle. How come I don't see these things?
Maybe there was on that's the only one I saw. Maybe I missed it for a second.
I was watching ESPN Plus. Maybe it was.
That's what I was watching too.
Oh,
there was one view from
under a skate.
You can see it under a skate. I thought you can kind of see it on the side on the one angle as well, and it's just obviously that it's past the goal to be at that far length, like in the net. Like
boy, I don't know what ESPN Plus I was watching. Every replay I saw.
Having issues apparently. Do love Kevin Weeks on those calls. I know out here in LA, I had Kevin Weeks for the Ranger game over the weekend, and Weeksy was doing the broadcast all over here. I think it was. Well, I know he just had a kid recently, because if you don't follow Kevin Weeks on your socials, I follow him on Instagram. He's always posting those pictures of his head and everything like that. But he's always got some good information and some good clips and stuff like that. But it was his dad's birthday as well. So happy birthday to Kevin Weeks' pops, and congratulations on the newborn. And
wow,
happy also to Vitek. Yes, oh my goodness. The puck turns on the side and rolls across the line. That's how, like, you could see like the top of it, on the side.
Maybe I need new glasses.
It was easy to miss. If you went back and actually looked there, you would probably catch it. But it's hard to know exactly.
Because it's like 1 minute I see it, the next minute it's gone. But maybe
it was basically dumb luck that I found it, because I'm usually like, wait, where rewind.
Well, they got the call right. They got the call right.
They did. Yeah, that's Shane Van Sickle. That's what I saw too. In the front angle. So, just apparently Sam Woo's blind over here. He obviously can't find my show on his Sirius XM, and now he can't find the puck in the net. So I don't know what's going on.
It's Channel 40
Jeez.
Channel 40 at 6 p.m. Eastern.
It's like 4 o'clock or something like that, right, Scott? Yeah.
You know what show I was thinking? I was thinking of Brewer's old show on Raw Dog. Was it on Raw Dog back in the day?
Raw Dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. One drink for every Devil's goal. Woo! Speaking of that, we should get to some You versus Woo, brought to you by the Dave Singer, DaveStamp.app Victory Bucks, super sexy swinging sounds, right here exclusively on the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network. This is where we do our score predictions every pregame with Game Day Live. That's Vinny Parisi and the king of the football call, Sam Woo. And every now and then, Shorts Guy has been starting to stop by more often. Maybe someday Beer Baron will become motivated. Highly unlikely, but maybe. So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah, okay. Sam Woo, what did the great Vinny Parisi have for his score prediction today?
4-3 Devils.
4-3 Devils? Okay, well, he still gets a point for getting the Kane score right. He got the Devils victory, so very nice, Vinny. How about Sam Woo?
5-3 Devils.
Wow! Look at the big W on Sam.
No, I'm sorry. 5-1 Devils. Whoops.
Oh. Wow. Boo.
Yeah, I thought Vitek, it's all Dougie's fault. That's why I'm harping on Dougie right now, those 2 goals.
Boo. Scotty, you mean... Oh, yeah, and Crew. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not Beer Baron. His name is And Crew.
Steve Engel had it going. He had a 4-3 Devils, and
okay, you get a point then, Steve.
And then Nico
Ramona had 3-2.
Nico broke up his victory.
Max had 4-2. That was close, Max. I mean, 5-3, 4-2. That's close. And Crew, boy, that And Crew. He can't do nothing right. Just ask Mrs. Crew.
Well, he did marry Mrs. Crew. That's the only right thing.
Well,
he ever
yeah,
did.
that's definitely.
So anything,
one thing he did,
anything
not
he
right
needs
there.
to get done, then Mrs. Crew gets things done.
Mrs. Crew gets it done.
Yeah.
Brian Tavares, he had 10-8. Good lordy. Steve Tartas had 3-2 in OT.
Peter, this show has so many running jokes.
You know what's funny, Peter? Too, every time I see your name come up, I see the Peter, then I see the SE, and I think it's going to be Peter Sellers, and I'm like, oh my God! And then no. So.
Freighter,
another running joke, but I never told that one yet.
Freighter Manjet. Where are you
Peter,
from?
don't call me Dr. Strangelove Seifert. Or don't call me Inspector Clouseau Seifert. How about that?
Oregon
Do you know
Coast.
who Peter Sellers is?
No.
Sam Woo? Or you
Nope.
don't even know who he is, do you? Oh, man.
No.
Holy jeez.
I just did homework as a kid. I already told this story.
Ugh.
Hey, blame my parents.
Oh, boy.
Blame my parents.
You never watched, the Pink Panther movies when you were a kid?
Nope.
The original ones from, the 70s?
I just did homework as a kid.
Oh, boy. There's some great scenes in there. Peter Sellers was amazing.
I used to watch Inspector Gadget.
Okay, I'll give you that. It's a cartoon, not really the same, but,
Dennis the Menace.
That's okay. Dennis the Menace, but the black and white one from the 50s?
No, the cartoon version. Thundercats. You remember those?
Thundercats was awesome.
Thundercats. Voltron.
Transformers. Voltron.
G.I. Joe.
Even G.I. Joe. I wasn't as much into G.I. Joe for some reason, but I did watch it.
But DuckTales is one of my favorites of all time.
Oh, DuckTales is a good one. I'll give you that one. Okay.
Woo!
Remember GoBots, the Transformer ripoff?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The old NES, after school. That's what I really did, actually. That was my
so you played video games instead of watching cartoons.
As soon as Mom and Dad came home, then it's like, I've been doing homework here for the last 3 hours.
Sam Woo's watching Bruce Lee movies. I don't know about that.
No, I don't. I didn't really watch movies as a kid, except for Rocky.
Really?
Rocky.
Oh, Rocky. Okay. I used to watch movies all the time. I still watch movies all. I'm a movie nerd, so obviously. Garfield and Friends.
I mean, Revenge of the Nerds.
Saturday morning cartoons. That's when Transformers were on Saturday morning.
Revenge of the Nerds, Part 1, Part 2. They were
Saturday
good.
morning was like Transformers and wrestling, man. When like WWF used to be on like Saturday and Sunday mornings.
Did you watch Saved by the Bell?
Saved by the Bell. That was like my little sister. So I probably do know like every episode by heart because she would watch it over and over and over and over again.
Steve Tarter. Sam did homework and read Rich Share articles. Oh, that's funny.
Oh man.
Oh.
Danger Mouse. That's MF Doom. Danger Mouse.
Ray Leo is going to L.A. tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Look out. You picked the monsoon to come out here, too, because it's been nonstop raining throughout all of L.A. here. So
Peter Seifert.
Check that flight. Go ahead.
Peter Seifert writes, from homework to drinking in a Ryder truck. I told them about the Ryder truck story. I also talked to my season ticket rep about getting group tickets and how that whole thing works and all that. Mm-hmm. One day we're going to have, Scotty, an organized event at American Whiskey and at the Rock, but
buy out a section like the 7 line.
Yeah, something like that. The other thing too.
Ooh, Batman the animated series. Love that.
We're approaching the 500,000 mark. We're talking about a 500,000 party.
For our downloads. Thank you, everybody. By the way.
Yeah.
We've just been kind of chilling here, but thank you. I almost forgot about that. Sam Wu says we're getting close to the 500K download mark.
We're on pace by the February 25th. Probably around that week, at the rate we're going right now, we're going to hit that 500,000 mark. So we may have a 500,000 party, and I hope our fans like Dave Singer from Virginia, maybe we can all converge to American Whiskey. And if you don't have a ticket to the game, what we're finding out that's really fun is there are a lot of fans that watch the game on the TVs at American Whiskey.
Just watch it at the bar. Have a big watch party.
And I can guarantee that's just as fun or maybe even more fun. But it's something we could do. So we're going to plan something, and maybe it's a little too late for this season to do one of these group ticket things, but be sure to keep listening, and also thank you for all the
get blasted at American Whiskey.
Pretty much. Oh my goodness. But thank you for all the nice reviews. We went on this little campaign, and we'll continue to campaign on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. The 5-star reviews, they take a while to propagate where you can actually read them. And some of the reviews that were coming in today, I was reading them. We've done about a good 12 reviews since the bad reviews, but 12 reviews, and People are saying really nice things. I really appreciate it.
By the way, we found out who those bad reviews were, so
yeah.
We won't mention.
We did some investigation, and we came to a conclusion that we will focus on the good reviews and put it and that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. But if they meet me at American Whiskey, we'll take them in the back alley and have a chat. Have a chat. Yeah.
He's gonna go Goodfellas on them. Yeah. He's gonna be like Casino. He's gonna, you make me put your head in this vice. I squeezed your bleeping eye out.
Funny. What's so funny?
How am I funny? Like a clown? What, funny? I make you laugh? I amuse you? Is that what I'm here? Is that what I'm here to do? To amuse you? Tell me, how am I funny?
Max.
All right.
Max.
Was it another?
Yeah. Remember back in the 80s when there was like radio wars? Yeah, we had podcast wars here with the Bucks Devils fans. It's not like we don't have enough fans, in the stands. We still have to fight each other.
Oh yeah, right. All right, well, let's wrap it up, Sam Wu, because I know we've been going on here for a while.
Yeah.
Big Devils victory. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Johnny Bravo, that was a good one too. Getting ready for the West Coast swing over here. Starting out in my neck of the woods, or not in my neck of the woods, close by, Anaheim, and then my neck of the woods, LA. That's Friday, Saturday, before they head up to San Jose on a Monday afternoon game. That's a 4 o'clock start time for everybody, 1 o'clock for me, and then they head out to Seattle. Is that Wednesday or Thursday? I can't remember off the top of my head. Before they head back to the Rock. So 2 weeks really now out on the road, out of the Eastern time zone. So
yes.
That'll be the big thing. Make sure there's no jet lag. I remember when the Devils came in here last year and Anaheim smoked them. It was like 5-1 or something like that. And I was like, what happened? It was before the eventual, huge downfall.
Yeah.
But they just looked so jet lagged. So let's hope that they get out here and they're ready to play. This Friday, the 13th. Dun, 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 dun.
All righty. Want to thank all those listening, dropping the podcast at midnight for your morning and afternoon commutes. State of the Fan address at 8:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Wednesday. Nick Villano at pucksandpitchforks.com and I will probably have a great guest. Till next time, let's go Devils.